Hello everyone, and welcome to tonight's edition of SemesterAblog Ireland. And hello from Ireland. I'm here. I still can't really believe it, but this is my apartment. It's I like it. It's nice enough. When I got here, it was totally bare, but I have made it a home. Things have been quite fantastic here. My early start program just ended. I've been in this program studying musics in Ireland for the past month. So I can't believe I've been here for a month. But I'm so used to life here, so I guess it makes sense. So this program, I was in musics in Ireland, so it's not only a study of traditional Irish music, you know, what people in the States think of as just Irish music, you know, the folk stuff. It's you know, it's also the jazz in Ireland, the rock in Ireland, even the rap in Ireland. We had an Irish hip-hop class, you know, a couple days ago, which was awesome. I mean, I had no idea, you know, hip-hop was so significant. You know, it's kind of like a global thing. It's a global way of kind of expressing local things, because you can, you know, use your own language or your own slang and talk about your own problems or whatever. Cork is an amazing city. It's so like tight, and it's so, there's so much in there. It's like such a cultural and historical city, and you know, you can just walk around and explore the place. It's awesome. There's, you know, so many like cool buildings, and you know, of course, like really little streets, and they're all windy. There's this, you know, I was talking to this, you know, this Irish dude, who was saying that ever since the Celtic Tiger, you know, the Irish economic boom, the traffic's been hellish here. And I mean, I wonder why people even bother, you know, having cars here, because it's so terrible. I mean, I walk everywhere because, you know, a bike is like €200 or something. And also the exchange rate is pretty crap, but we won't talk about that. The basic system here is, you know, kind of like, you know, other Iain in Scotland. Just kind of like go whenever it's convenient to you, and whenever, you know, you'll probably not get run over. So even though technically I think there's some laws against jaywalking, whatever, you know, it's just what people do. And the lights, they're just kind of like, you'll have intersections that are like half of the intersection will have a pedestrian light and the other half will have a pedestrian light. And so what usually happens is that you're standing on one side of the intersection. The light for the other half of the intersection is green. Your light is red, so whatever, you just have to jaywalk. Irish people have been so cool. I mean, it's really phenomenal to me, just like how, you know, friendly and kind of accepting they are. You know, you just, I mean, after you get over, you know, after they like, a lot of them, not a lot of them, but a few of them said, you know, like, any Republicans here, raise your hand, you know, when we're in a pub or something, a bunch of Americans. But, you know, people are great here. It's really easy to just kind of get to know people and just like talk to them about anything. Irish people, you know, they like to talk. Regular classes start in next Monday, and what am I going to be doing? I'm going to be doing jazz, improvisation, Sean knows singing. That's old style Irish singing of, you know, like ballads and, you know, like Irish songs. That should be cool. I'm doing a course, Introduction to MIDI and Audio Synthesis, which I'm really pumped for. God, I'm such a geek. I'm doing jazz harmony and a couple history courses. I don't know which ones yet, because basically what happens is that, except for music courses, you during next week, you basically just kind of show up at classes and just like see which ones you like, and at the end of the week you like write them down on a form, give the form to someone, and those are your classes. So, and apparently it's not that big a deal. So it's not like a rush so much, except for music classes, but I've already gotten into them, I think. Oh, and I'm also taking tin whistle, and where's my tin whistle? Tin whistle. Yeah, tin whistle. So this little thing, we bought this for a session for our class, and I fell in love with it. I just started carrying it around with me and playing like the 4 tunes that I know. You know, one of which I just know because, you know, other Iain plays it all the time. But there was also this song that we learned, The Spoon's Murder, and I'll play it for you, and I'll see if any of you recognize the tune. So that's the tin whistle. We just got a new suite mate. I've been living with this excellent dude from Iowa named Dan. He lives, you know, that way. Yeah, pretty, you know, class A human being. And we just got a dude from Iceland move in this past week, just a couple days ago. His name is Arnar. Yeah, something like that. Arnar. It means eagle. And apparently they still do, you know, like Leif Erikson, son of Eric. They still do that in Iceland. They're the only country that does that. And so he's like Arnar, like, you know, someone's son. And, you know, the someone is the name of his dad. It's pretty cool. Also, I've been cooking a lot. I've been really, like, in love with cooking. Just like, really just, you know, decently basic stuff, you know, potato soup and like spaghetti carbonara and things, but I love it. And so, actually, you know, if any of you have any recipes, you should send them to me so I can make them. I've been out in the country. It's really, really brilliant out there. It's just amazing. It's like epic, you know, like Lord of the Rings and like any fantasy movie where they, you know, it's like the kind of landscapes that people in Hollywood generate, except it's not generated, it's real. It's like, it just blows my mind. We stopped at this, like, it's kind of like a bog with like a river and like some huge like green mountains. It's so cool and so like old and like enchanted looking. And I went like walking around in this bog, and I stepped on this, you know, thing that looked like a clump of moss, and I like sank down to my knees in this bog. It was great. And then after I like extricated myself from that, I climbed up on this big, like, massive rock, like jutting out of it. I played a couple tunes on the tin whistle, walked back. It was great. I've seen some amazing music. The sessions here are unbelievable. You know, it's just like, you know, it's like a pub. It's like, they're like wooden and stone, like really like earthy and like good atmosphere. And then these musicians, they just show up, and like a couple of them are paid and the rest just kind of like come. I guess it just depends on the pub. Sometimes they're paid, sometimes not. And they just, you know, sit, you know, take a table, order a few pints, and then start playing tunes. I mean, it's so cool. It's just the whole atmosphere. You just have to experience it to really get a feel for it. And it's just totally different. It's totally different. So I basically love it here. Yeah, I guess that's it. I'll make another one of these updates whenever I make another one of these updates. So we'll see how that goes. Iain's made 3 in the past like 2 days or so. Actually, you know, it's been about an hour since I last checked. He's probably made a new one. So we'll see if I can ever keep up with him. Probably not, but until then, cheers.